Dusty, did you just get a team kill?
We already know. We already know. We can come back to that guy. He's the main. He's the main event. But yeah, Orisa. This is insane. This is really what's crazy to me. Is that we buffed Orisa, and I think again, this is what everyone's been trying to do against Malga, but the problem is she's gonna burn out before he runs out of bullets. Now, they did reduce his bullets from 350 to 300. So that's kind of, that's a pretty big drop. I think we'll see that with his drop in HP and all that, or shields or whatever. But removing her fall off damage is insane. Like zero, no fall off, none. They removed it completely. So you can get shot across map from the Orisa, 100% damage. Now Fortify is now immune to taking forced critical hit damage. Fortify already prevents direct critical damage from headshots. I don't know what this means. Forced critical hit damage? I'll have to look into what that means because I don't know. But all I see is they're buffing Fortify as well. That's scary. These are huge buffs for Orisa in my opinion. Taking away her freaking damage fall off. That's crazy. Roadhog, we saw this coming. Reduced health for him from 500 to 450. I mean, I think this will hurt people that don't use his breathe. You have to manage the cooldowns, but cooldown between usage increased from 1 to 1.5 seconds. Yeah, see, that's a big hit. 0.5 seconds is a big hit when you're I don't know if y'all can hear Snow laughing in the background. 0.5 seconds is a big hit on that cooldown. No, you're good. That's humongous. I'm gonna be, and I like the Roadhog buffs, but I'm not a tank player. I'm not a hog player. Like I mess around with him a little bit just to have some fun, but he was almost unkillable. Like, so that needed to happen. The Malga nerf needed to happen. Again, railgun, it now no longer decays below 25%. I just showed y'all that in the range. Sombra, here we go. Grace period where stealth can be canceled immediately after entering it. So what do you think about this as a Sombra player, right? Because this is another one that I despise. I mean, I don't despise Ana. I think Ana is just broken and you can't 1v1 her unless you just outright outplay them because she has so much utility. But Sombra, I despise the Sombra. I'm sorry. They can literally delete her from the game, and Overwatch 2 would be the greatest game ever. Grace period canceled immediately after entering it increased from 0.5 to 0.75 seconds. I don't know. Y'all tell me. I don't play Sombra. I don't know. Any nerf to her, I'm gonna celebrate. So that's fine with me. Cooldown now pauses at 1 second while capturing or contesting objective from 1.5 seconds. So what does that mean? The cooldown pauses if she's like, because she can't be invisible while she's holding a point, or like while she's like pushing the payload. I don't think she can't be invisible, right? So I'm wondering if they're saying the countdown just isn't gonna count because it's like, I think that makes sense because now how her thing works is as long as she's not in combat or doing something, then she's invisible. So I think that cooldown is going to be paused if she's holding a payload. Cooldown on respawning decreased from 1.5 to 1 second. That's kind of crazy. So when she comes out of spawn, it just turns up a little quicker. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a huge nerf. I think this is just a little bit of balancing, like 1.5 to 1 second from the respawn. Like, no one's gonna even see you coming out of spawn. Like, who spawn camps a Sombra? I don't think that's happening. So I think that's just a little, a little balancing there. Just a little quality of life for the play. Ana, this okay. So you mentioned Ana. Effect duration reduced from 3.5 to 3 seconds. They are nerfing the crap out of grenade, and I think it's because Ana is just so strong. Like, listen, Ana is so strong because of Malga. Like, you almost have to play Ana because of Malga's like sustain. We needed something to keep him from healing himself. You needed something to keep from the double pocketing that he receives, and he was just not die. So you would go Ana to beat that. But I think with nerfing Malga's sustainability and nerfing the Roadhog, I think they needed to just turn down the grenade just a little bit. Because I think it would feel a little bit overpowered. So that makes sense. Now, this is weird to me. This is weird. I don't think Ilaria needed buffs at all. Any Ilaria player I come across is strong. Because here's the thing. No one plays Ilaria except for shooters, like real shooters. If there was an Ilaria on another team, she's hitting headshots and she's throwing a pylon somewhere. Like, no one really casually plays her. So if you see an Ilaria on another team, usually she's getting busy. I don't think they needed to do anything to her kit. But here we go. Ammo increased 14 to 16. Okay, that's a small change. She can just shoot more. She has to like maintain that with the charge shot because it takes her a while to get the most damage out of her shooting. Primary fire charge gain is no longer paused by secondary fire. That's huge. In playing Ilari, it didn't seem fair that you would get punished for healing your teammates. So before, you would shoot, right? Then you have to wait for the gauge to go up. Boom, you can shoot, wait for the gauge to go up. But if you shoot and then heal a teammate, the gauge wouldn't budge. And that didn't make any sense. So it's like, if I heal my teammate, when I'm done healing them, I still gotta wait for my gun to load up to take a shot. And that just never made sense. So that was actually a good change. But also just means the bitch is gonna be shooting faster and they're gonna be shooting more bullets. So look out for Ilari. Captive Sun now fully refills secondary fire, resource, and resets overheated status. Wow. So that reminds me of the healing, right? The healing that Ramatra would get if he goes into his Nemesis form. So Ramatra basically doesn't he will gain health when he pops his ultimate. Because the health used to be dependent on the Nemesis form, but they added the health just in case you were getting beat up and then you pulled your ult, because if you pull your ult and you were already getting beat up, then you would just fall over. This sounds like the same thing, where if you use your Captive Sun, it'll go ahead and just reload your gun for you, similar to whenever a soldier pops Visor, similar to when Sojourn pops Overclock. It's just it's a reset. If you use your ult, you should be able to have all your cooldowns. Same thing with Genji. When he pops Blade, he gets his dash. So that makes sense to me. Remove the damage fall off. See, that's crazy. Why are we removing damage fall off? I don't understand why we're taking off damage fall off from imagine getting hit from a Captive Sun imagine this. Imagine you're at Eichenwild and Ilari pops Captive Sun and you're trying to run away and she flies over a fucking wall and blasts that shit from long range and you get hit with every bit of that damage. Imagine she comes out of spawn, and the rest of her team is already there. She can spawn, pop her ult, shoot it across map to where the rest of her team is, and they can follow through with the damage that needs to blow all of us up. She didn't need buffs, but here we are. Another person that didn't need buffs. Why are we still buffing Lifeweaver? Why are we still buffing Lifeweaver? Did I say Lifeweaver? Sorry. Why are we still buffing Lifeweaver? Thorn Volley. Projectile speed increased from do Do they not understand how annoying it is to be gunned down by this pretty motherfucker? Like these life weavers, bro, shooting these needles like you it's infuriating, bro. When they're like, you have the gall. All you do is run away. Like they gave them the dash that heals. They got the flower petal that they can jump off of for a long jump. And if you finally get to them, they're gonna be shooting you in the face because we sped up the needles. We already increased the damage and increased the ammo. Now we're increasing the speed. Okay. Pedal platform, no longer pierced by piercing projectiles. What does that, what pierced? Is that like Orissa's spear, or are we talking like beams? What are we talking about? What is a piercing projectile? I need details on that. All I hear though is buffs. So anyway, let's circle back. Let's circle back to Malga because he took a pretty big hit in my opinion. And like we said, this is the main event here. This is the main event, and then we can get busy. But man, that's crazy. Orisa, it's gonna be a lot of Orisa. Rip to Doomfist. If you're playing Doomfist, I don't know what you're doing. If you're playing Doomfist or like Reinhardt, I don't know what you're doing. Malga, base health increase from 250 to 300. So this is balancing. Base armor decrease, so they increase the base health, decrease the armor, whatever. That's just the stuff that regenerates. That's the only difference there. And what they did was made his base health a little beefier because his sustain is going away, right? Incendiary and volatile chain guns, ammo reduced to 300. Orisa got buffed. Yeah. Orisa, bro, look, they removed fall off damage from her weapon, from her gun. So that means no matter how far she's shooting from, it'll be that same damage. Like it'll be the same damage. There's no more fall off. Like think about Cassidy's gun has a lot of fall off. That's why they keep messing with his HP. Because they keep changing his bomb, they keep changing his HP, they change because he's close ranged, because his damage fall off is at like 25 meters. They just took that away from Orisa. So again, cross map, full 100% damage, and they also buffed Fortify. So yeah, we're back to the Orisa. It's gonna be, if you don't want to play Malga, play Orisa. I think that's pretty much what they're saying. So they decreased the ammo. Cardiac overdrive. Lifesteal decreased from 70% to 60% because 70% was egregious. I think 60 is still high, but we'll see how it acts in game. Cooldown increased from 10 to 12 seconds. Okay, so they made it, take a little bit longer for him to use that. That's fine. Cage fight. No, this is crazy. Cage fight no longer grants infinite ammo. Because why? Why the hell did he have infinite ammo in cage fight? That's why he would just solo ult people and then whoever's in there with him dies. Like that's literally, like that's not how an ultimate should work, bro. Like what are we talking about? So no longer get grant. This is okay. So remember Ramatra, when Ramatra first came out and he could use Annihilation indefinitely. That's what that felt like. Like it was kind of a version of that. Like if you were playing against a Ramatra when he first came out, and all he would have to do is save his ultimate for the end of the game. If you're on defense and it's overtime, he's gonna pop that ult, and then that's it, because everyone dies. He has infinite annihilation and everyone dies. It didn't make sense. So why give Malga infinite ammo in cage fight? I feel like they do some of this stuff on purpose, just so that's like people will play the character's super broken. People are gonna play them because they're super broken, and it's also gonna cause a buzz because they're super broken. It's gonna cause all this outrage, and people are gonna want nerfs, and then here they are. I think they purposely come out with because remember, we already play tested Malga like a month ago. when they released him for like a weekend, so they already knew how he played. But I think they're like, yeah, let's make him super crazy broken, so people are gonna want to buy him because pay to play. You gotta get him out of the battle pass, or you get him for free at like tier 45, I think. Um, yeah, like come on, like he didn't need infinite ammo for a guy that already shoots 350 bullets. Like stop it. Um, Berserker, overhealth conversion rate decreased from 60 to 50. Listen, all of this, they're just tweaking. They're just tweaking. Like, they knew he was broken as hell, bro. They knew he was broken as hell. But that's it. That's it. That is the midseason patch. I'm surprised they didn't touch Cassidy and May. It seemed like Cassidy and May were getting patched every single season because they just don't know what to do with them. They don't know how much HP they want to have. They don't know how much the damage fall off. It's just going back and forth like all the time, all the time.